So today, I'll be using styrene for the first time to make my model robot from scratch. Usually I craft from scraps and card, but I wanted to change things up and challenge myself to use new materials. But let me tell you, it was definitely a learning curve.
Oh no! Are you kidding me?
So let's dive into how I started off this journey of building my first styrene model. The first step was making the body. I used a combination of thick and thin pieces of styrene. Although the thin pieces were easy to snap, I had to use pliers for the thicker sheets.
I'm making sure that the thick pieces of styrene are sort of like the pillars and the support structure, while adding the thinner pieces as almost like a cheat to sort of like apply material, but without having to cut such thick pieces, and it just makes it a little easier for me to like fit in little gaps like this.
I also didn't have a Dremel toolkit, which made things significantly harder, especially when I needed holes drilled.
This is gonna take forever.
So I had to get creative with the neck to body placement.
It's working. There we go. There we go.
After the upper body was done, I moved on straight onto the hips, as I was still trying to figure out how to design the joints and limbs. The hips had a similar issue that the body had, which was making another big hole.
So difficult, because these parts are so tiny and intricate, and my large fingers are trying to like push them in place because I don't have tweezers. But I'm getting there slowly. Loki looks like a spine.
I thought after this point that I should just buy a drill, like I should have from the beginning. It was at this part of the journey where I got a lot more comfortable to make the limbs. The drill had also arrived, and it made it so much easier to create holes in the styrene.
I just made a tiny hole in my table. Oh, whatever. I'm just gonna keep going.
The plan was to make a hole at each end of the limbs and connect them with a metal wire. This would create my joints. But in typical fashion, I broke the drill.
Are you kidding me? I just dropped and snapped the drill bit. Oh, I've only had this for one day. Oh man. I don't even want to do this anymore.
Without the correct drill bit, the wire I was using to feed through the holes was useless. I was just lucky I had a slightly bigger drill bit and a slightly bigger wire, and they fit perfectly together. So with the correct tools and a drawing that made perfect sense to me, I made a hinge design that actually worked. I just had to do it a couple times, and there was a mixture of emotions.
It ain't going nowhere. Ah! And squeeze. I'm taking a break. I'm eating a sandwich and I'm gonna come back to it.
Eventually, I had something that resembled a humanoid robot. Not only that, the little buddy could stand on his own.
He got legs. And they bend. They bend up. They bend down.
When I was done admiring, I moved straight on to the last details before the final step. I attached the hands and feet, which surprisingly didn't take long. So I went outside and started to add the layers of primer. Once that was done, I went back upstairs and started painting the thing. I was very excited to finish, and painting my design started to bring everything to life. After some time passed, I set up my mini robot to pose, and I was ready to reveal the final result.